All right, let's try this new contraption that records things. This is my bullet journal. Folks had asked me to flip through it, so I will. My index, which I'm running out of space on. And I started last November, and you can see I was starting pretty straightforward, kind of standard bullet journal style. And that certainly evolved as I went. I did a bit of vacation planning, and I started out doing these dailies that just kind of had a little flag, and then the day of the week, and my tasks. Voting, November. I played out with figuring out how I want to do my layouts, and November pretty much went like that. I got a couple of printouts from Boho Berry. I love Cara and her stuff. She's so talented. I started playing with these. Oops. I started playing with these weekly layouts, and at the beginning I was doing them on 2 pages. There was a lot of wasted space because I wasn't really doing what I needed with them. So I don't think I kept them at 2 pages for very long. I'm playing with markers. I tried to do a monthly, and I did a monthly all the way through February, and I decided I actually don't like it. So again, you see this is a 2-page weekly, and there's just wasted space everywhere. I do love these trackers, and I have one every month. Tried to do a rock your handwriting kind of deal, and a plan with me challenge, which didn't work very well. But you can see kind of doing a little bit of handwriting practice throughout. Here's my first weekly on 1 page, and I think that it was evolving. It's still wasted space here, but getting there. Random marker practice. Yeah, definitely random market practice. And then we hit January. So here's my start of January, and the one big thing I started is a Calendex. And if you're not familiar with a Calendex is that I have a little color code here on the bottom, which tells you kind of what colors mean, and then I just put in a box of that color and the page number for where something is. So for example, you can see whatever this was on January 11th, it's on page 77. So I can go to page 77 and see, what was I saying? Oh, I have to look over the aloft space. So that was something I needed to do for Aresia. So that allows me a little bit of further planning. Again, I had the monthly for January, and it just was empty. So and you can see I'm marking my month start with washi so I can find it more easily. Again, the tracker. This is a much more evolving weekly, so you can see my days, and then there's a to-do here, so a little bit less wasted space. Packing lists, that kind of stuff. And you can sort of see I've started, filling in the weeks. Again, the weekly. I did NaCoWriMo, so I kept track of all my letters. Kind of did a little trip planning. Another weekly. February, a monthly mandala to color in. Tracker. I tried to do a self-care tracker. It just sort of didn't work for me. I did a Zen doodle challenge, so these are my daily little doodles. And you can see these little boxes here. Those are for the Calendex. Mid-February, I started doing these little time trackers that allow me to plan. So when I plan on waking up, this is work, this is my appointments or whatnot. And I started tracking both the weather and the moon phase as well. And this is where my weekly planner is now. I keep repeating it. Days here, a shorter to do, and then this on the horizon, stuff to remember for next week. Just as I think of it, keeping track of watching Face Off, which is kind of vaguely entertaining. Notes for conventions I'm running. I got some new pens, so there's practice. I'm keeping track of which Tombow markers I have. Not quite that many yet, although my wallet thinks otherwise. I tried a mood mandala in February, and this is kind of a poor attempt at both a mandala and a mood tracker and straight lines. So hopefully it'll be better. This is you know, that weekly spread again and again. This is the way I decided I like it. And I've been doing this time tracker both vertically and horizontally. More meeting notes, and you can see along with tracking the moon, got these little weather icons, and the time tracker, both the icons and the time tracker, are actually from Boho Berry Papery over on Etsy, and I really do love it. So keeping track of, oh, I should check this off. I actually did that, of what I did with my tax refund. More notes, kind of random stuff. Haven't colored this in yet. But this is the start of March. It's March 3rd today, so you can see I got, or March 4th today, so it's 3 days. It says this week, so I have one bookmark on my Calendex and one bookmark on my current weekly. So I'm, you know, checking off what I did. Here's my Zen challenge, so I haven't drawn today's yet, but I will later. And this is going to be March's mood mandala, and its start. I did a much better job drawing out the circles. I actually used a compass. So hopefully it'll look a little bit better. And I got some notes, and I paid bills. And I've been playing around with different ways to, you know, do my little daily header, but still keeping up with the weather and the moon and the time tracker, packing list for my trip in this week, and 2 days to do. So that's basically it. I'm on page 127, so that's November, December, January, February, so it's 4 months. I'm into my 5th month. I'm about halfway, actually I'm exactly halfway into this notebook. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much makes sense. As time's gone by, I've been filling up more of it, and you can see the washi, right? So you can find the months more easily. And I have my little pen loop from Leuchtturm for my Pilot Metropolitan. So that's basically it. Hopefully this was helpful to folks.